This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're a current subscriber, you're definitely appreciated. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This week, go to a pawn shop. Picked a little some here and there. Have my classic horror pick for the week, as well as my 3D horror pick, and even have a horror 4K. So this month of October, trying to keep it festive in the season. As you can see here in Walmart, they already have the Walmart Halloween candy out. But before I get into what I picked up at the pawn shop, eBay, and Amazon, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these bizarre individuals. I actually watch them too. And on a weekly basis, I like to share with you some of the things I've watched for the week. And I'm going to kick it off with something that I actually picked up at Redbox and never really watched, and somehow a bootleg copy jumped into my collection now. But it's actually worth buying if I can actually find it. I wouldn't be surprised if I see this title at a Dollar Tree in the near future. That's just my personal thoughts. But the movie is They Found Hell. This was actually a 2016 Sci-Fi Channel movie. A little cheesy, but actually pretty good, starring Chris Schellinger, Kathy Reese, Austin Scott. College students have this teleportation experiment, and it goes horribly wrong. The things that they're sending, or teleporting, I should say, aren't necessarily arriving where they thought they were. And the story goes from there. Very fun, cheesy horror, little gore. There's television gore, but definitely worth the watch if you can find it. And again, I won't be surprised if I see this at one of the Dollar Trees. This was They Found Hell, 2016 made-for-TV sci-fi movie. My next pick, actually, my son picked it out. July 2020's release, Netflix, The Gray Man, starring Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, aka Captain America, Ana de Armas, Billy Bob Thornton, Sling Blade, Alfred Woodard, and this is based on the books by Mark Greaney. The storyline's been done before. Is similar to Triple X. You have these felons who are hired to do these type of missions, these impossible missions like Mission Impossible, and that's the storyline of it. Not to give any spoilers away though, just a teeny spoiler. Chris Evans is the villain. Chris Evans makes a pretty decent villain. I don't know how much of the actor, how much of that is just natural though, but he makes a pretty decent villain. Very good action from beginning to end. Little cliche in part so, but still very fun, fast-paced action. Get the opportunity. Netflix, The Gray Man. My next pick is a 1987 horror classic by one of the kings of horror himself, Clive Barker, written and directed, Hellraiser, 1987, starring Andrew Robbins, Claire Higgins, Ashley Lawrence, and Sean Chapman. Out of all of the horror icons, I mean Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason. To me, Pinhead is at the top of the pinnacle. Again, not to give too much away. With the other killers, with the exception of, pretty much with other killers, they just kill you. They might play and toy with you a little bit, but they kill you. Pinhead takes it to another level. It's just unworldly, the amount of torture he likes to bestow on the people who are able to solve this. Looks like a golden Rubik's Cube, which allows you to go to different dimensions. If you like psychological, borderline torture porn, Hellraiser's up your alley. Don't want to give any spoilers away though, but really fun. Know they're having a reboot on Hulu. Haven't got a chance to watch that. Might go through the whole series and end up with a new one. I don't know. I'm missing a couple of them on my personal collection, but I'm pretty sure I can find them streaming somewhere. 1987's classic Hellraiser. Now, my last pick is part of the reason why I'm so conscious of not giving spoilers. My son actually picked this out. He's never seen it before. I've never seen it before, believe it or not. This is 1999's Fight Club, based on the book by the same name, starring Ed Norton, Brad Pitt, Helena Bonham Carter, who I don't really find that attractive, but yet still finds somewhat sexy, if that makes sense. Meatloaf, who's somewhat hilarious in this part, and Jared Leto. Ed Norton is this auto recall specialist, people who recall automobiles if they have defects, and Brad Pitt is a soap salesman. I already knew the major plot twist because, I don't know, someone leaked it or whatever years ago, and so I was never in a big hurry to watch it because I kind of figured I knew what it was about. I was completely wrong. This is nothing like I thought it was. Very unique, very eclectic. I'm trying to think of the word right now. A quirky, very quirky movie. From the very beginning, when you put the disc in, you're just like, okay, what's going on? Is this the right movie? From, I think, the first 10 minutes, there's little snippets that are like spicing the movie that are so quick, if you're not paying attention, you'll actually miss it. After watching the movie, I'm like, who's this director? This is like, he's actually done more than this. And yeah, he's done a lot more than this. He did 1992's with Alien 3. 1995, he did Seven, one of the best, in my opinion, best psychological thrillers. The Game, another great movie, Sean Penn, Michael Douglas. Panic Room, he did that in 1999 with Jodie Foster. Zodiac, a little slow for me, but still solid movie. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, very quirky, love that movie. Social Network, did that in 2010, that's the Mike Zuckerberg story. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, did that in 2011. I believe he did the American version. If so, I actually like the Swedish version better, but very solid director. He's done some things after that also. But love the movie Fight Club. If you've never seen it before, you don't know anything about it, don't ask anyone about it, just watch it. Fantastic movie. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink, have a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video while I finish doing my weekly kind of hurricane prep shopping. We are back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my pawn shop pickups. Have my classic horror pick for the month. Have my horror 3D pick. So let me get these scanned in, and we'll get to these in just a minute. Hold on. Okay, this is what I picked up at Walmart. As you can see, snake eyes, not shit. This is what I picked up at the pawn shop. Walmart, pawn shop. Walmart, pawn shop. So let's go with what's in the pawn shop bag. Hold on. Going to kick it off with what I picked up from the pawn shop. You know, I love my DVD music videos. We have Jay-Z's wife, Beyonce, or Beyonce, if you prefer. I have several of these. We have Biggie, I have 50, Marianne. So I have a few of these. Beyonce, BT. What songs do they have on here? Check on It, Crazy in Love, Dangerously in Love, Deja Vu, Me, Myself, and I. BT performances, previously unreleased footage, so good stuff on here. Beyonce. Next, I actually have this on I think it's a Echo Bridge Miramac multi-disc. This is Josh Hartnett, Julia Stiles, and Mekhi Phifer, and O. And just recently watched something with Julia Stiles, the Orphan Kills prequel. So good to have this. I don't think this comes out on Blu-ray, I don't believe. And this is actually an adaptation of Othello, I believe, if I remember correctly. It's a modern day adaptation of the Shakespearean play Othello. So, And my last pawn shop pick, and all these I think were a quarter at the pawn shop, It's Alive. I don't think they bothered to give me a receipt for this one, for these. And this is crazy. It's a remake of I believe it was 70s film, It's Alive. Hold on, let me show you the original. Hold on, 1 minute. It's a remake of this one, It's Alive. Yeah, this is the original, It's Alive, I believe. It's wild. You basically have a killer baby just raising havoc, so. But this is the original. This is what I picked up at the pawn shop. So these are my pawn shop picks. Let me get into, let's do a eBay pick, then my 3-day and classic pick, then we'll close this out. Hold on. Next, I have the Vinegar Syndrome Paul Morrissey version of Frankenstein. You have the old school red and blue 3D glasses. You have the 4K version of Frankenstein. You have the Flesh for Frankenstein, which I think is like an Andy Warhol thing. It's very different. And you have the 3D version, Frankenstein 3D. Frankenstein Vinegar Syndrome. Next, we have my classic horror pick for the week, Candyman Day of the Dead. I believe this is the 3rd installment of the original trilogy, not including, of course, the Jordan Peele version. Candyman Day of the Dead. And lastly, I used to see this like late at night. And of course I had my Wesley Snipes, aka my Johnny Blade, to open this up here. Way. I should see this like late at night, like on odd stations, TBS, TNT, or whatever, but never really watched the series. So this is the entire series, disc 1, season 1. Season 2, disc 2, season 1, disc 3, season 1. Season 1, disc 4. Season 2, disc 1. Season 2, disc 2. Season 2, disc 3. Season 2, disc 4. We have season 3. Disc 2. Disc 3. Disc 4. And we have season 4, the final season. I think I paid maybe with shipping and handling maybe 15, 18 bucks, something like that. So got a really good deal on this. Poltergeist, The Legacy. And what's up here? Here's Shira. This is my Halloween pickups for the week. Put this back in here. Let me put these back where they belong and get you good people on your way. Give me just a moment. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C's in Charlie, L's in Lima, Z's in Zebra. And let's knock this out. Everything, get off, get off, get off, get off. Everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate everyone hanging out with me, looking at movies, talking to movies. Made it this far in the video, smash a like, subscribe, share with anyone who has a passion for movies like you do. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces. You stop that.